Hello, this is Waimai, and I'm going to be discussing the habit formation in families and habit change in families or organizations from the book The Power of Habit, and this is summary number 2. So according to the book, Paul O'Neill took over ACOA and made it into a huge success. So how did he make one of the largest and inspired and most potential dangerous companies into a profit machine and one of the safest place to work on earth? So he basically attacked one habit and watch its change ripple through the organizations. So O'Neill believed that some habits have the power to start a change reaction, changing the other habits as they move through in organizations. These are what's called keystone habits. Keystone habits says that success doesn't depend on getting every single thing right, but instead relies on identifying a few key priorities and making into powerful levers. For example, at the top of O'Neill's priority list was safety, with the goal of zero injury, which seems kind of impossible. What people didn't realize was that in order to get there, you had to understand why injuries happen. You had to study how manufacturing process was going wrong, and you had to bring in people to educate workers. So his safety plan was modeled on the habit loop. He identified a simple cue, which is an employee injury. He instituted an automatic routine. The unit president had to report an injury within 24 hours and present a plan making sure that injuries won't happen again in the future. And the reward was that people who got promoted was those who embraced the system. So almost everything about the companies had to change to accommodate his safety programs. So he was basically building a new corporate habit. So keystone habits is also known as small wins. So if you focus on changing keystone habits, you can cause a widespread shifts. So this is how keystone habits create widespread changes. So small wins fuel and transform small advantage into patterns to convince people that bigger achievements are within reach. For instance, a young man was killed at the company by not following safety precautions. So O'Neill ordered an emergency meeting, and within a week, safety railings were repainted bright yellow, new policies were written up, and this resulted in a huge, noticeable decline in injury rates. So therefore, the company experienced a small win. Not only that, O'Neill also encouraged employees to call him personally if management doesn't follow up on safety issues. So workers start calling him not only regarding safety issues, but they wanted to talk about other great ideas. So in this case, the small wins created a climate in which all kinds of new ideas bubbled up. So O'Neill's safety habits created an atmosphere in which other behavior emerged. So anyways, and then the final way that keystone habits encourage widespread change is by creating a culture where new values become ingrained. Cultures grow out of keystone habit in every organization. For instance, a top executive at the company fired himself when O'Neill found out that he didn't report an incident where employees became ill, even though it was a minor incident. But keystone habits made tough choices easier, because when that person violates the culture, it's clear that he has to go. Another key point and the most important keystone habit for individual success is willpower and self-regulations. And the best way to strengthen willpower is to make it into a habit. So willpower is not just a skill, it's a muscle. Just as people strengthen their willpower is one part of their lives, good habits seems to spill over other parts of their lives. So when people get better at regulating their impulses, they learn that how to distract themselves from temptations. On the other hand, why some people were able to create willpower relatively easily while others struggle no matter how much training or support they receive. The answer is self-control. So if you think that you're doing it for personal reasons, it's much more less taxing. People feel like it's like a choice and something they enjoy because it helps someone else. On the other hand, if they feel like they had no autonomy, if they're just following orders, their power muscle gets tired much faster. So the example in the book for Starbucks basically spent millions of dollars developing curriculum to train employees on self-disciplines. So one employee says that training changed his life. It taught him willpower. The solution Starbucks discovered was that turning self-discipline into an organization habits. Not only that, Starbucks discovered that simply giving employee a sense of control, they have a genuine decision-making skill within the company, and they basically increase how much energy and focus they bring to their jobs. So as for me and my family, my husband and I are always constantly trying to instill good habits for our kids and hoping to start a chain reactions of future good habits. For example, we recently started biking as a family. This allows us to spend time together as a family and also just to start a fun, outdoor habit as a family. The boys, I have 4 boys. The boys have come to really enjoy biking, especially when they were able to choose the route, which allowed them a sense of control and making biking even more enjoyable. So they can either choose to go on a trail, or we can bike to the park or visit a family or friends nearby. So this I hope will create good habits that will ripple or cause a change reaction over into other parts of their lives in the future. So maybe for better exercise habit, good eating habit, spending less time on the tablet or watching television, maybe hoping to instill more confidence, good self-discipline, and hope better academic performance. So for instance, in the book, studies have documented that families who habitually eat dinner together seems to raise children with better homework skills, higher grades, greater emotional control, and more confidence. So this is what we want to hopefully instill in our kids. We're trying to create good habits and hope to spill over to other parts of their lives in the future. And that's it. Thank you.